Welcome back to the workshop, and for today's project we're going to build this easy garden workbench. We're going to use basic fence palings in 2x4s, so let's get started. Each of the two bench tops will be made out of 3 fence palings held together with smaller pieces of the palings. You can see here we're cutting those down, measure out the first piece, and then just use that as a reference for the rest. This isn't the most demandingly accurate of projects, so a simple trick like this can save you having to measure out all those pieces individually. Now to assemble those two, all we're going to need is 6 pieces, 3 for each of the benches. You can see here, 6. So the assembly of these is really quite simple. Just lay out 3 palings, put a couple of spaces in between, put the little strip down with a little bit of glue and some brad nails, and that's it. Just move down to the other end, space it out again, a little bit of glue, some brad nails, and that's done. Now the middle piece, you just measure towards the middle, and then add half the width of one of the palings. So in this case it's the 100mm palings, we just add an extra 50mm, make a couple of marks on the board, and then you can line up the edge of the paling piece with those marks rather than having to worry about drawing a line across. Again, glue, brad nails. Once that's done, that's that whole bench done. Nice and quick, nice and easy. And then we just repeat the process with the second one. So 3 boards, 2 spaces, 3 little pieces. We'll cut down a little bit of a closer view here so you can get an idea. The glue helps, it's not vital. You could use screws. The brad nails tend to be enough, but it never hurts just to make it a little bit more secure. I like to put 1 brad nail in, check the alignment, put 1 in at the other end, and then come back and fill in the rest. That way if you're a little bit out you can move it around and get it to sit reasonably nice and square and where you want it to. Anyway, so just keep on repeating that and you're done. Now the next trick is we want to cut down the legs for the bench, and we're going to need 6 legs, 2 at each end and 2 in the middle. Gives it plenty of stability. And again, just measure out the first piece and use that as a reference to work out how long each of the other pieces need to be. And you'll see in a bit when we get on to the next stage, if they're a little bit out, it doesn't matter as long as the bottoms line up. It'll be, plenty sturdy enough. Plus it's going outside, so it's not like the ground's ever level. And you'll see here, I like to line up the ends and then just throw a quick clamp on there. Helps them stay aligned. Now, this is probably the trickiest part of the build. And basically what we're going to do is cut in some dados across all of the legs for the bench tops to sit down into. Now you could do this any number of ways. In this case I've got a nice little dado router jig, so I'm going to use that. You could use a saw, you could use the miter saw if you wanted to cut them. The best thing about doing it this way is being able to clamp all 6 of the legs together and cut all of the dados at once, which more or less guarantees that you're going to get them all nice and even and they're all going to line up with each other. And you'll see the really good thing about doing an outdoor project is I can just screw the jig straight to the boards, because it really doesn't matter that there's a couple of little screw holes in it. It's only going to sit out in the weather anyway. Now if you are using a router on one of these jigs, take small passes and just work your way backwards and forwards. Don't try and hog it all out in one go. It will not go nicely. You can see here a little bit of a closer view. If you notice when I hit the ends, I like to do a little bit of a wiggle and take out that end piece. Just helps cut down the chip out. You get a little bit of a neater result. But just slow passes down a little bit each time. 2, 3, 4 mil at most. And just work your way backwards and forwards. And you'll see here when we take this out, the end result is a nice even dado all the way across. Now the assembly is very simple. Just throw all the bits together, a little bit of glue, pre-drill it, and drive some screws in. Now at this point, the rain started, so we got a good shot of the first couple of screws going in, but the rest sadly was rained out. And the end result, as you can see here, those bench tops sit down in it. It's nice and sturdy. You take a decent amount of weight and it'll hold up to the weather nicely. Alright, go on and have a go yourself. Thanks for watching.